Welcome to my review of the Tombow Fudenosuke pens. So these are pens that I found in Japan. Obviously I was aware of them. I have used the black versions of the pens before, but I haven't used the colour set before, mainly because I was happy with Pentel's version of this set. But I seen it in Japan and it was a good price, so I thought I would pick some up and try them and then also review them. So this set, I think it was about the equivalent of £8 or so, which is a really good price. I think if you were to buy anything like these off Amazon, they would be 20, so it's a huge saving. So all you need to do is fly to Japan, it's really easy. So the set includes 10 different pens. There is a black, grey, a brown, and then all of your rainbow colours. And these are based upon the hard tip version of this brush pen. So there's a soft tip and a hard tip. I personally prefer using the soft tip, so it's a shame that they don't do these in the soft tip in my opinion. But apparently the hard tip is more beginner friendly. It's been a while since I've been a beginner that I've been trying these out, so I can't remember, but should I open these up? Okay. Whoop. So what I am going to do, oh, the barrel looks different. So now I don't know if it's because I bought these in Japan or if they've just changed since I bought my last set, but the one I've bought, the individual kind of hard tip, has like a matte barrel, and this is very glossy and it looks a bit different on the pen. Okay, so I am going to do a test of these. Move those up there. Okay, so let's start with the black. Oh, it's been a while since I've used ooh. I'm quite amused when using these. Okay, so the tip is very crisp, and it feels tricky to use at first, but it only takes you a few seconds to get into it. Let me compare this to the one that I currently have. Okay, so you can see that over time it becomes less sharp, but that's to be expected with a brush pen. Okay, now let me try the different colours. I have to say, I'm not sure I would use a brown very often, but they always seem to include one. From what I remember off the top of my head, this is a bit of a warmer brown than the one included in the Pentel sets. I still would never voluntarily use this colour. Okay, let's move on to the rainbow. I'm going to go in rainbow order. I'm intrigued by what the yellow will be like. Very bright. It's kind of tricky because you want a colourful yellow, but you want to be able to see it still. And this one is quite hard to see. Okay, so this purple is different, the Pentel purple. So this is a bit more of a mauve purple, if that makes sense. So it's not as dark. It's a slightly lighter colour. I'm not saying one is better than the other, they're just different. And this pink is nice. I have a big preference for pink. I used a lot of pink in my calligraphy, and actually, fun fact, that's why my branding is pink, because almost all of my calligraphy work ended up being pink anyway, so I thought it made sense for my logo and my branding to be pink. Okay, so here is the colour palette. I like it. I think it's quite nice. You have all the colours you need. The yellow is hard to see, but I think that's a challenge with yellow. I think maybe if it had been... There are ways to do a visible yellow, and unfortunately this one isn't very visible. But because it's vibrant, it fits in with the other colours. I think they're quite nice to use. They're quite tricky compared to the Pentel sign. So for beginners, I would recommend the Pentel sign over these. Also, with the Pentel sign set, you have 12 colours, I believe, rather than 10. So in the Pentel set, you have a light blue as well, which is what I think this set is missing. Let me compare the hard tip to the soft tip so you can see the difference. So the hard tip is what is included in the set. All of the colours are hard tip. And I'll write the same words so you can actually see the difference. Tombow brush pen. And you can see how much thicker the soft tip is. I personally prefer it, but I think it's a bit more flexible, so some say that beginners don't get on with it as much. But I remember when I was a beginner, I preferred the soft tip from the get-go. Okay, so that's the difference. Soft tip, hard tip, and you can tell the difference because the soft tip has a gold pen symbol and the hard tip has a silver. Now let me show you an example of another one that I've used quite regularly. So I don't know how clearly you can see, but you can see it's very tired. And it took, from memory, I don't think it took very long to get to this. I think potentially less than a year, which I don't think is very long. Okay. So you can see that with time it starts to lose ink, which makes sense, pens do that, but it does it more quickly than the Pentel sign pen. Here is the Pentel by comparison. I think this one is newer, to be fair, but I'll show you how this one writes for comparison. So yes, it's not a fair comparison to compare it to a Tombow brush pen that's drying out, but you can still see how much more vibrant it is compared to the Tombow. So let me actually compare them. Gosh, now I've got to try and remember which one was that one. Okay, I think it was this one. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, so can you see the difference? This one is much darker and crisper against the page. Overall though, I'm actually more impressed than I thought I would be. My main thoughts on Tombow brush pens though is that durability wise they are not that great. So I have bought the soft tip and the hard tip before, and they dry out considerably quicker compared to my Pentel. Maybe that's another reason I'm so biased towards the Pentel. So although these colours look lovely and the brush pens are quite fun to use, will they last? I'm not 100% confident. Whereas my Pentel sign set lasted me a couple of years, and that was with regular use. So take from that what you will. I still think they're a good pen, but I would recommend the Pentel sign set over these. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you use these regularly? Do you prefer them over the Pentel, or do you prefer the Pentel like I do? Let me know. And I have a bunch of brush pen reviews, so go check out that playlist if you're interested. And thank you for watching. I'll chat to you later. Bye.